Welcome back. Welcome back to the Willis Podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Willis Podcast. How you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. Damn. Yeah, let's change that up for you guys tonight. Okay, yeah. Anyway, man. Oh man, it's been a Monday. Yeah, it definitely has been a Monday. But it's a lot to cover, man. There's so much shit going on in the world. It's incredible, extremely incredible, for real. It's just wild. So let me see if I can do something real quick. What the fuck on my face? There's some lotion. I guess there's some lotion still stuck in my face or something. But anyway, yeah, let's yeah, we're just gonna go on platforms tonight. See what's happening. Tonight's show is called World Peace or World War Show. World Peace or World War. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a few heavy topics. I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna take a few swings tonight. I'm just gonna let you know what's going on for real. Uh, so world peace. Who wants peace? Oh man, we're gonna get into all of that because we got a lot of whip moments. We got a lot of things to cover because there are so many. Uh, everybody's an expert. Everybody have had their little unlived experiences that they think that are so true, so undefiable, undeniable. It's because you got a lot of fear. World peace and world war. See, some people live on this planet. They think that they own every damn thing. They think the ideology is absolute supreme. They think their mindset is unquestionable. You know. So when you got those type of mentalities that people that think their mindset is unquestionable, the history that they put out is unquestionable. There's no other way of seeing or viewing a situation. Um, you have to think particularly how that makes your mind think. But we're gonna get into all of that too. So let's go and jump into it with the first whip moment. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Ages of chaos. If you think about how America functioned, the soft, I like to call it the soft autocracy, a soft autocratic way of existing where you have a still implemented class system that some people seem to forget. Uh, you know, good old American history. Some people just seem to forget that shit. They don't act like. See, when you hear the news, uh, it's still the bud of cognitive dissonance. It's all of it. Every single fabric of what you hear in the news today is like cognitive dissonance on steroids. They really act as if this country wasn't hijacked from its inception. They act as if people were not here. They really believe the bullshit that they put in their history books. And then when they went into the colleges and wherever they went, they say, I am here now. Because they have gained the confidence to literally believe your own bullshit. That's why they can't really talk from a very centered place. Because it's like you don't get what you have done or have been doing the whole time. The indigenous class of people here, which nobody likes to admit, you know. So it has to be logical to you that there this caste system in America that you act like it doesn't exist. It does. You act as if that when I grew up, you know, Blackie or, you know, Black Ass or all kind of Tar Baby. You know, I was called all kind of names. Does that hurt me to this day? Hell no. I don't give a shit. No, absolutely not. Doesn't hurt me. It was it was just something in me as a kid that when I was a kid that I admit that it hurt then? Yeah, of course it did. I was, man, I mean, Black Americans, we are the best with, you know, talking shit. And if you don't learn that from a very young age, if you don't learn it in your household, you're not gonna be as tough as you think you is. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can just flick you real quick and piss you off. You gonna lose your shit. No, man, you gotta learn how to talk shit back. You gotta learn how to joan back. And I think that is the root of a great deal of African and Caribbean youth that grow up in America because I feel like that's where that deeply rooted hatred comes from is the fact that hell, we talk shit to each other. We used to tell each other sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will never hurt us. Sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will never hurt us. But do words hurt? Hell yeah, they hurt. When they come from your family members and shit like that, we can't act like it don't. But it does shape us. It does make us better. But you also have to accept the fact that that shit is cruel, how we treat each other. Too, at some point, I could say, yeah, it was. But I've never been too very sensitive to it because I got so good at it that if you try me, I can try you better. You know what I'm saying? If you fuck with me, I get you worse. If you talk shit to me, I can get you worse. I can just cut you deeper. So you kind of get good at being cut because it numbs the pain. Now you think about the psychosis of that. To make sure that when you go out into the world, you cannot be defeated. Can't nobody say nothing to you that's gonna get you off your game. Can't nobody say anything to you that's gonna hurt your feelings. Can't nobody say shit to you that's gonna keep you from moving forward because you already got your game plan. And if they come for you like that, you got some for that ass too. So we were gamed from the beginning, our inception. All that love and pity pat shit. Hey, that shit over if you do something. You come off soft. You understand how the world will treat you? Do you understand the world will gobble your ass up and spit you out? Do you understand that if you come in this house, you better not come in this motherfucker with your ass whooped. You better come in here with a plan. And if you get your ass whooped, you better go out there and beat that ass back. See, we grow up way different than you pity pat ass kids today. Pimpin', we were not fucking with nothing, man. We already knew the whole world was full of agents of chaos. Whew. The whole world was full of agents of chaos. Cops. Other people that lived in your neighborhood they stayed to themselves, but they'll tell on whatever fucking thing you did. They'll tell on your ass. You like, I gotta watch them. And then their kids disassociate with you. They think they better than you. They just, these people, all that shit be in their mind. Everybody looking at them like, what the fuck wrong with them? Why they act like that? Uh-huh. Okay. Don't ask for help when they go to kicking on your ass. See. Don't ask for help when they go to violating you. Because you invited that mentality in the neighborhood that you reside in, positioning yourself above, acting as if nothing around you mattered. Not even the people that were supposed to support you. Or let me get George straight. The people that were supposed to support you, the people that you were supposed to associate with, assimilate with, you chose to defer. I don't want no association with them damn people. I don't know who they is. I don't like them. So you chose to look down because I can guarantee you, Black Americans, Aboriginals, and we're not uncomfortable at all in our spaces. That's what you are. You're uncomfortable. and you choose to be because you take the position as if you are above, which last time I checked, you in my homeland, by the way, who you above? And why do you position yourself as such? You don't even understand or take the position to understand our, I won't say struggle, I will say our triumphs. Fuck a struggle. That's how we look at a struggle. Fuck a struggle. I ain't struggling, I'm winning. Because every dollar I make, everything I do, every way I live, everything that I can pay for, every position that I can take and triumph, I'm winning. You can't position yourself above a power class of people. Do we have our issues? So do you. So why these always, but look at this and look, but what about your ass? Huh? See, we didn't take the new position of a new life in a new land. No, we took the position of standing up in our land. Big fucking difference. Everything that you have positioned and went through recently or in the near past, we have a long history of understanding we had no friends. So that's why we laugh and rejoice. And we see everyone go through the chaos that they contribute to each other, by each other, for each other, with each other. Why? Shit, we got no choice. You ain't never listened to us in the first place. So why would we take a position in your fucking mess? And as soon as we take a position in your mess, you want to take the position above or ahead as if you have done something and you needed help. We're done. No, 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 we ain't fucking with that. Nope. Because you always feel as if you need to take the position of head and you can't. You have proven to be inefficient at all costs. So you want to come and take the position and be who you can't be unless you have the spirit of the people. You have to have the spirit of the people. You can't leave. You can't lead. You can't lead unless you have that notion. That's if you even desire to. Because the best leaders want people to be the most independent specimen possible so that they can do one thing: take care of self. That's the less person any leader has to worry about. Nobody wants to lead a people because most time when you are in even trying to intercept people and take the position of leadership, you're setting them up for failure because you don't take the position as somebody, or maybe everybody, or maybe you should create equals. Maybe you shouldn't. Let me get to the whip moments, man. That's just the first one. I'm covering ground, but let's get to it. All right. First and foremost, we had the Agent of Chaos, but this is also, I wanted to cover one thing with the Agent of Chaos, and that's the Trump heist. You see what I'm saying? So the same thing, this is history repeating itself over and over again. And, some people, they thought that they was at the forefront, including the perennial whites. But the perennial whites, the dominant culture, are now suffering just like everybody else. And that is just bad juju, especially for this nation, which covers, uplifts, and covers their position. But when that position is no longer a position of statue, you really think this country ain't in trouble? You better look at the writings on the walls. See, this is a self-eating mechanism that doesn't get tired of eating, and it also loves taking shits. That's a hell of a digestive system. But that's what America does. Love consuming and shitting everywhere else too. That's kind of how that go for us. Man, we just love to eating shit, consuming shit. But when you look at the constructs of how you build things, let's get to the next moment. Let me not get out because this is very pivotal and important. Please listen to the next moment. What is your role in society? We got a good citizen out here. I'm gonna use one perfect example. Jack Smith. Yeah, this motherfucker want to get on a microphone and say Trump. I want to tell everybody what the fuck you did, and I'm like, shit, let him do it. Hell yeah. I mean, why not? Let's all be no holds barred, bare it all. You got celebrities kissing men and shit all out. All this shit coming out now, man. Straight out. You got Trump. These Epstein files, they gotta come out, pimp. Your heist is so in front of everybody motherfucking face. We all see it. And then you got some people like, oh, I don't see it. I don't understand. What does he do? He's doing the best he can. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Hey. Oh man, you don't see the heist? The only reason why you see, all this chaos because he's the author of all this shit. This shit been in motion for the past 15 years, pimp. And y'all just been acting like, oh, la-di-da, la-di-da. Okay, you should have saw it happening. They got even movies about it. Even with the movies with Roger Ailes, they was like, hey, y'all want Trump? They was like, hey, that motherfucker don't know how to lose. Oh shit. You really? Hey, they was like, hey, that's our last white hope if you think about it. Well, if you read scripture, Mike Johnson. If you read scripture, MAGA Mike Johnson. The little sycophant. The little butt plug for multiple people. Every time them folks get around each other, they let outbreak. You said they be grinding on some other type of shit, and they say they all evangelical. They all love the relationship between man and woman. No, that's me. Shit. They'll say things that fit a whole nother kind of build for a whole nother kind of people. Adopt those characteristics and attributes as if they really have them, and they live these whole different alternative lives, and they are really a bunch of homosexual sycophants and child allegedly child terrorists. They terrorize children, and they do a lot of old stuff that I don't know, man. I mean, but it's quite prevalent because y'all always caught with y'all pants down and your penis out in a Buddha hole open. That's how y'all all caught, and it's like it's not just it's in the entertainment industry, it's in Congress. Yo, these people do not represent nothing but their self gratification and their greed. That's all they represent. They don't represent nothing for nobody but themselves. So that's even with the immigrants that come here like Ilhan Omar. She got all these welfare recipients up in here talking about she doing well, and then they say it's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault that you ain't catch me. Ain't that a fucking criminal? Isn't that a criminal? You gonna tell somebody it's their fault for not catching you, and because you got people like some representatives in Congress that turn the other fucking cheek and say, do what you do. Real equals, yeah, do, but some not for all. She's goddamn, man. Do you understand the hypocrisy and the inadequacies of how this country is run on both sides? See, one side is so sick and in love with autocracy and sycophancy, and the other side is so in love with taking and getting over and acting like they doing some shit that they never do, and they fat in their pockets too. So they all just fucked up. They're all kind of like sick bastards. They're all dirty. It's kind of like hard to balance an equation that's unbalanceable. I just think they should fight it out, and the moral authority of somewhere has to come through and lock all them up. They need to be. There's some accountability that needs to be taking place. But let's get to the next whoop moment. Goddamn. Okay. Do you have your own mind? If you're an individual and if you're a person that can think and that can read and that can see and doesn't have a state of amnesia or chooses to be in a state of cognitive dissonance on a long-term state. Like, just I just want to pick and choose this place and state that I feel so strongly about that nobody can convince me that this didn't happen correctly because I've read it a million times and this is what I identify with. So this is me. Okay, that's fine. That means you're trans history. You're trans your situation. You're trans you. You're trans fucking everything. And you got a problem with a person. You got the same condition that the motherfucker that want to be a woman or the woman that want to be a man. It's just this sick notion that you could just live outside of yourself. That's still all cognitive dissonance because you're not cognitively connected to reality. And no one wants to really say that shit, but it's true. It's a cognitive dissonance that you have that should be and should require some type of psychological help if they wanted it available. But they seem to say psychological medicines and balancing, and people just can take uppers and lowers, and you can only stay in certain realms, but you never teach people how to elevate and maximize their space to not think as a whole, but think as an individual that could bring something to the whole that doesn't harm the whole of humanity. But all of that shit is just thrown out. Nope. Fuck it. No. You got to bring something whole to the humanity that's just, but you're not getting taught that shit. You're getting taught other source. If you ever discover Carl Jung, the black books, Carl Jung, let's go to the red book. All right, check this out. You ever seen this? The red book, Carl Jung. You should check a lot. You see, some things that you should understand about life and about, how your mind works. So let's go into some contents. We're going to get into some the way of what is to come. So let's go to page 117. 117. I think it starts here. The way of what is to come. I got to read the English. Oh, here it is. Okay. So it says Isaiah said, who hath believed or report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? And for he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. He has no form, nor comeliness, and when he shall see him, there is no beauty that he should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, and man of sorrows, and acquainted with grief, and we hide as it where our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteem him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we behold his glory, and the glory as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. The wilderness and the solidarity place shall be glad for them, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice, even with the joy and singing. And the eye of the blind shall be opened, and the ear of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then shall the Lamb, man, leap as a hart, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For the wilderness shall water break out, and the stream in the desert, and the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land spring of water, and the inhabitants of dragons, where each lay, shall grass with reed and rush, and an highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass it over, but it shall be those the way. Foreign men through fools shall not ear therein. Written, Carl G. Jung, with his own hands and his house. Speaking the spirit of time, you must say no. One and nothing can justify what I must proclaim to you. Justification is superficialist to me, since I had no choice. But I had learned that the addition to the spirit and the time and the shall, another spirit at work, namely that which rules the depths of everything contemporary. Let me explain to you what this means. I can't let me find my string here, because I gotta put a mark in this page. Let me expound upon that. It's what I'm really telling you about right now. The ways of what's to come. As I was saying with Jack Smith. Jack Smith is he's in the pursuit of justice. And this story will be coming to pass pretty soon. But what I was just explaining was, you know how you seen how what I was reading, if you was following, you would understand how some people can be so envious and they can let things settle in and act like the harmonious beautification is there, but it was all envy. It was all strife. It was all planning. It was all back chatter. It was all backbiting. It was all set up with the inception of love. It was destruction. Trojan horse, Troy. I know you identify with that. That's kind of where he was going, if you can keep up. So anyway, the next what moment? Do you have your own mind? I still can't get past this one, because you have two parties of the same mind headed for destruction if we don't correct their actions, behaviors, and how we can contribute to how that equation can be actually followed through without being political. You let people take the positions and you take the position beyond them, but you also have a say so, because what you say is what they should be doing. But you have to play a part. You have to be a part of the collective. You have to have your own mind. If you have something to say it. But make sure that it's adequate, efficient, and people are feeling it. Because you may have an audience that you don't know you have. I think I do. But I'm grateful to all of you. And don't forget to share, love, subscribe, put this show out, man. Let people know how I'm cooking tonight. And tell them to, put it out there. Share it to your friends if you're on with me. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep rocking with the show. Let me keep cooking up, because I need to get this next moment out. Okay. How much time do you spend being a learned person? Do you learn something new every day? I brought this up many, many times on the show. Do you learn something new every day? And not just something outside of yourself or about anything else. What do you learn new about yourself? How can you change your own abilities and how can you steady your mind into focusing on how you want to strengthen the points that you have learned in order to make yourself a better being, a person. So, how learned are you? And let's talk about external. You have to pick up or be gravitated to things that are from the external, but it depends on what you want to put internal. But it's very sacred, very precious. It has something to do with your everyday life, everyday way, everyday movement, because those are subconscious moments that you don't think you're holding on to, but you are. The reason why you are, because you don't want nothing else within you. You don't want to reach within. You don't want to deal with self through self, for self, by self. That's the most powerful you will ever be in your life. And if when you maintain that, control that, that would be the better moments of how we can also make the pivotal better moments in our life, for our families, people that love us, people that rely on us, people that find us intriguing, loving, and endearing. It works. You just have to put in the work. You just have to understand that your life ain't just your life if you participating with people that live it with you. Yeah, you can claim it all you want to, but there's only so much selfishness people are going to take from you. Think about it. Let's get to the next what moment. How insecure are you really? How much do you want to dish out, but how less do you want to give? You want all kind of shit. You believe all these things are possible, but there is a part in playing that work has to be required to do as such. If you're not willing to be habitual about your work, how habitually are you about making money? Shit. Anyway, uh, the thing is, insecurity has to do with how much you think about what you're doing, why you're doing it, without just doing it. It's a very simple equation to get over. If you have, that's why people take notes. That's why people organize their lives so they can have something to go on that builds confidence. When you do something repetitiously and over again, it builds confidence. It doesn't matter how you suck in the beginning, it matters how you come out on the other end. But you don't get all day, you don't get all your life if you think about it. How long do you want to keep getting better at something before you make it profitable? It's not a cute dressing. It's not an item. It's a vehicle. Whatever you do in life, you don't do it to play dress up. You do it to put it in production. Because that's the only thing that yields a return. So be careful with your vanity projects, people. I think you should choose a project that has passion. You got passion? Or you're passionate about an action? Some people like working. If that works, do it. Shit. If it makes you a better you, if it makes your life better, if it makes the people around you better, it's the most beautiful thing that's possible that can be done. I think it should be done. I think people should do what they should do to make themselves feel fulfilled. Can't leave that to other people. Can't leave that up to nobody else, including your spouse, including your loved ones, including your boyfriends, your girlfriends. If you don't seek to better yourself from your own fundamental equations, there's nothing to hold on to, nothing to grasp. That's a shadow. That's too elusive. They don't even exist. The elusiveness, the non-facing. Think about think about it. It means a lot to you and your mate, to be honest. Always be so. All right, so let's get to the next what moment. You don't have to be insecure. You have to be secure with what you can do to be happy, especially for yourself. And if you're happy in your situation, that's going to brighten up everybody's day. So check it out. Let's get to the next what moment. What do you take accountability for? Most people, that's a dirty word. It's always somebody else's fault. Somebody always wronged them. There's always a pivotal solution as to why there's a failure. There's always a reason why they was late. There's always a reason why, shit is just not together. There's always something. Why? Because you always failing. If you're one person, accomplish one thing at a time. Move on to the next. Don't get sidetracked. Be very judicious and pivotal, and be intentional about your next step and follow it through. See, I think I learned so many of these things in the military. I think a lot of this is the reason why we call civilians nasty civilians, but I just think it's a lot of things that people grow up differently. They have different households. They have different mindsets. They listen to some of the wrong things. They miss the intricate points. They don't understand how much of an equation that they play in their success and their failures. It's about how you think about yourself. It's about how you treat yourself. It's about how you talk about yourself. It's about what you put in your body. It's about if you do, alternative drugs or what I call them, methamphetamine, all these things that you think feel good, but they destroy you. Think about sugar. Everybody loves sugar, but man, do you practice moderation? Everything that you put in your body, you want to blame it on cigarettes or whatever the hell you do. That don't cause cancer. It's food. It's how you position yourself. It's how you have clogs. It's how you keep mucus in your body. It's the sodas that you drink. It's all sugars. But you want to blame everything on a cloud of smoke. Wow. Impressive. But not about how many times you cheat and eat in the middle of the night, or how much you can't control your eating habits, and how many parasites do you have existing in your intestines and in your stomach and in your lungs and in your anus cavity. How much do you pay attention to your health? How many herbs do you take that will alleviate some of your internal pressures? Some people think when their stomach hurt and they big as fuck, they should eat again. No, you're just feeding that parasite that's feeding on your fat ass. I'm sorry, but it's true. Let's get to the next what moment. I'm just saying, what do you take accountability for? But you always got some advice. You always got some shit to tell somebody else. You're always perfect, right? I can tell you first and foremost, I'm not. The Will is podcast. The will is mine. The will is I have the right to get better at myself every day. So what if you see it? At least you're here with me. So share, like, and subscribe because we learn and we do this shit together for sure. So next what moment. Why do you expect anything other than your output? People say, why you do so many shows, Entity? I enjoy doing the Willis podcast. I enjoy, sharing and being a force of, a catalyst or somebody that can appreciate and enjoy. Nah, man, I like doing this shit. I like fucking with y'all. I like y'all. I like y'all fucking with me. That's how I go. I love it. I think it's cool. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I love y'all too. Anyway, so thing is output, right? Anything that you're gonna do, you gotta go all the way in. How will you know what you're worth if you don't do that? I mean, how will you know if you're any good? How do you know how far you can, reach? How far you can take your position or your situation, even your own experience. Like I tell you, the Wheelers podcast is an experience, right? Because we're gonna go higher. But at the end of the day, what if I'm saying it and not doing it? What if I'm not putting on? What if I'm just doing a whole bunch of shorts telling you, this just what I do? No, 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 no. We have places to go. We have things to accomplish. That's right. We do. We owe each other that much. We in it together now. My alumni. That's what's happening. So We got the last whip moment. Are you at your best? See, that's the conundrum, right? Like you think about it. Are you at your best? Mentally, spiritually, emotionally? Are you at your best when you um, think about, you know, what you procrastinated on and didn't get accomplished, or maybe what you have got accomplished, or maybe you said, "Damn, I didn't procrastinate and I got it done." See, it's way more different ways to be optimistic about. Some people would say nothing, but it means everything to you. Check it out. That's the Willis Podcast night. That's the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. But hey, war or peace, or world peace, or world war show. You know, it's a lot of us got a lot of wars going on within. But if you address yourself and establish peace, if you address yourself and establish peace, we can get peace overnight. See, if I don't feel like going to war. I don't feel like being angry. I don't feel like hating anybody. I don't feel like it's a reason for me to hate anybody. I think what they doing is what they doing, and what I'm doing is what I'm doing. So how about I need to work on me? I think that's the best medicine for all. It's a unified work on you day. I think we need to work on petitioning for a unified work on myself day. The whole world is off for a day. Don't nobody do shit. That's a good petition. So we should really petition for universal off day. Nobody don't go to war. Nobody don't work. Nobody don't do nothing. But don't harm each other. No harming. No bad words. No sly remarks. Just think about something good that you can tell everybody. The whole world just for a day. The whole world unified with how you could say something good about somebody else, some other race, some other person that you know, somebody that you think about. One day say we are the world for one day. That's that you know how powerful that shit is? It may last for another day. But anybody think about that? I want us to get that message out. Let's get that message out. Let's get the message out. Let's not harm one being for one day globally. That's powerful. That's powerful. Nobody pull a gun. Nobody throw a punch. Nobody curse or say a bad slanderous word towards another human. One day. See, everybody want to talk about the purge and all of this, want to fuck each other up and all that. No, 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 no. Wait. Let's just take time for yourself for one day. Even if you don't want to communicate with the another human being, take that time to yourself for 24 hours. But we have to do it together globally. I think we should petition for a universal global peace day. No harm, no war, no foul, no nothing. All peace. No stealing, no thieving, no taking, no conniving, no abducting, no harm to no beings. And if you have to put yourself in a position, even if you're a criminal, you can participate too. We take all comers can participate. All the criminals, all the gangsters, all the murderers, everybody. Just don't do no harm to no one. And if that's hard for you, just put yourself in solitary confinement for a day. Don't fuck with nobody. Don't prisoners of war, everybody. Guards, everybody. Take a day to yourself and think about yourself for 24 hours. Hey, that's the show tonight. It's Willis Podcast. Think about it. World peace or world war. But can everybody get 24 hours of peace before you start all of this shit? Because you don't seem like you're letting up. So before you do everything you're doing, can we just lay down arms, verbally, physically, mentally, spiritually? No harm to no being, no animal, Try not to kill a gnat. No murder, 24 hours globally. No harm, 24 hours globally. That's a powerful message, man. I hope y'all take heed. Anyway, that would be my will. So, from me to you, because I love you so much, just think about that. The will is yours. 24 hours. All love.